So today our concept is related to the rights and duties of agent. Rights and duties of agent. ये क्या है sir? What are the rights and what are the duties of agent? Rights क्या है sir? Duties क्या है sir? First of all, duties of agent. Duties of agent. What are the duties of agent? So listen, first one. So duty to follow the directions of principal. So duty to follow the directions of principal. Directions of principal. Obviously, as a principal, appoint an agent, or principal give a direction, or agent, you can do this activity. You can enter into a contract with that particular person. You can sell my land to this particular person not less than this price. Like that, the appointment, whatever the directions, whatever the conditions, whatever the directions given by principal to the agent should follow such directions. The agent cannot follow such directions. If the any liability arises, principal is not liable, agent is liable. Why? Because sir, agent is nothing but on behalf of me is working. On behalf of me is entering into contact with the third party. He is representing me. The moment why he is acted on behalf of my directions, he failure to follow my directions, he only liable. I am not liable for that. If the any loss arises, he only incurred such loss. I am not liable for such loss. See, follow my directions. If any loss arises, I am liable. Obviously, I am liable. It's a duty to follow the directions of principle. Next step. Duty to maintain true accounts. True accounts. Consignor and consignee relation. Consignor send a goods to consignee. Yes, sir. Consignor send a goods to the consignee. Consignee sell the goods with profit. Whatever the transaction made by consignee to the customers, same thing is disclosed to the consignor. What means you are appointed my agent. Or please purchase a land for 10 lakhs rupees. You went to that particular place, you can purchase a land for 8 lakhs, but you are saying that I am purchasing land for 10 lakhs. Like that, you are maintaining secret profit of 2 lakhs. You are maintaining false accounts. You are not entering two accounts. Obviously, no, in this scenario, what lawmakers clearly says that duty to maintain true accounts and duty not to maintain secret profits. Secret profits. Duty not to maintain secret profits. Duty to render true accounts. And also, sir, duty to indemnify. Indemnify means because of your loss, because of your activity, any losses arises, your duty to repay, your duty to compensate such a loss. Your duty to repay and your duty to compensate such a loss. There is nothing but duty to indemnify. Yes, sir, duty to indemnify. Obviously, sir, this is one of the duty of agent. So you can conduct the business according to the directions of principal. Obviously, yes. Principals give any directions. You can carry the business based on. So principal said that the RA agent, you can sell the goods only on cash basis. You cannot sell the goods on credit basis. Like the principal give a directions to the agent. Agent should follow the directions or not. Obviously, yes. So agent sell the goods on credit basis. For this, principal is liable. No. In this, any loss arises, who will replace? Agent can replace, he is indemnified. So duty to follow the directions of principal. So duty to maintain true accounts. We cannot maintain false accounts. Duty to maintain true accounts and duty not to maintain secret profits. We cannot maintain secret profits. Okay, sir. And also, sir, duty to indemnify if the any loss arises because of your mistake, your fraud, your negligence, any loss arises, your duty to repay to the principal. There's a duties of agent. Another one, sir. So duty to work with the reasonable care. Duty to take reasonable care and diligence. So duty to care means duty to work with the reasonable care and diligence. So iska meaning, what is the meaning of reasonable care and what is the meaning of diligence? What is a reasonable care? So what is that reasonable care? An example. So here A is appointed, B as an agent, A is a principal, and B is an agent. So he sell the goods to the customers. Whenever agent sell the goods to the customers, sell agent can verify the position of customer, the repaying capacity of the customer, then only he can sell the goods. Suppose at the time of sale, customer is insolvent. Without knowing that fact, agent sell the goods. Whenever you can sell the goods to insolvent, you are not having any right to recover total money from the insolvent. You can receive proportionate price only. So here this you are not maintaining your means you are not maintaining your care, sir. You are not maintaining your reasonable care here. Whenever the agent enter into a contract with any other party, you should take a reasonable care. You are acting as a due diligence. Due diligence means if you are be the means owner, what type of action you can take, the same action with the skill and such a skill and competence you should maintain. It's nothing but diligence. These are all our duties of agent. And also it's a duty not to delegate the authority. Not to delegate the authority. Duty not to delegate the authority. Generally, sir, we are studied delegators protest non-delegate. Principal appoint an agent. Agent cannot appoint another agent. That is the reason why sub-agent concept is not possible. Sub-agent concept is not possible. Yes, sir, yes, sub-agent concept. But what happens, sir? Law clearly says that the agent appointed as a sub-agent with the permission of principal only can appoint. That is called as sub-agent is properly appointed. We had discussed in the last class. Sub-agent is improperly appointed. Who is liable? Agent only liable. Generally, sir, whenever anything is delegated to you, you are not having any right to delegate same thing to the other party. Why? Because contract of agency is based on trust. I appointed you as my agent. The work you cannot delegate it to other party. That is a general rule. Duty not to delegate the authority. But that rule is having one exception. If the consent of the principal, you can delegate, that is nothing but properly appointed sub-agent. Okay, sir. So listen. Now, first of all, what we have discussed, listen. First of all, duties of agent. What we have studied, listen, sir. Duties of agent. So, what is the first duty, sir? We have discussed duty to follow the directions of principal. Yes, obviously, whatever the directions given by principal, you can follow the directions of principal. That is your duty. Obviously, I appointed you, sir. On behalf of me, you are working. On behalf of me, you are entering a contract with a third party. Then, what is your duty to follow my directions? That is one duty. Another one, sir. Duty not to maintain secret profits. You cannot maintain secret profits. Anything should be accountable. Yes, so what is this particular situation? So many examples are there, so many practical questions asking in this particular point. Why? Because listen, Principal appoint an agent. Or an agent, you can purchase a building for me. Purchase a building in Hyderabad. Then agent approach went to the Hyderabad in that particular so many localities. One locality he can find a building which is suitable for the principal. He inquired the cost of the building is 20 lakhs rupees. What happened? First of all, agent purchase in the name of his nominee, relative. From relative, he can purchase. Sir, from relative, he can purchase. So first of all, generally cost of the building is 20 lakhs from the buyer, seller, suppose seller. From the seller, nominee purchase, actual cost is 20 lakhs. Nominee purchase the building for 20 lakhs. From the nominee of agent to agent can purchase the building for 24 lakhs. Now agent sell the building to the principal saying that's a 24 lakhs building cost. So in this scenario, listen carefully. He's maintaining secret profit of 4 lakhs or not? Yes. Agent cannot do like that. Duty not to maintain secret profits and duty to render true accounts. Duty to render true accounts. Okay, so these are the two duties. Another duty, sir. What is the another duty? Duty to indemnify. So indemnify means replace the loss. So because of agent negligence, because of agent fraud, if any loss arises, what is the duty of agent? Agent only can replace, agent only compensate such a loss. There is nothing but duty to indemnify the loss. Another duty not to delegate the authority. Duty not to delegate the authority. Generally, what law clearly says that delegator protest non-delegator means anything is delegated to you, you cannot delegate the same work to the other party. But that is the reason why you are not having any right to delegate it. You are not having any right to appoint sub-agent also. But law gives one opportunity. You wanted to appoint a sub-agent, you wanted to delegate your work to the other party. With the consent of the principal, you can delegate. There is nothing but sub-agent is properly appointed. Generally, duty not to delegate the authority, duty not to appoint sub-agent also. And duty to maintain skill, competence, due diligence, and reasonable care. Duty to take reasonable care. Reasonable care, sir. What type of care? If you are be the owner, what type of care should taken on the goods? Even though you are be the agent, should be imply on the same care. Duty to take reasonable care. Clear? These are all our duties of agent. Clear as the duties of agent? Everyone is clear? These are the main duties related to an agent. Next is rights of agent. What are the rights of agent? So what are the rights related to the agent? Business. Right to receive remuneration. Every agent perform an activity, he can do an activity. It is a contract. Obviously, he gets some benefit. He requires some consideration. Even though there is no consideration, no problem. But here, every person can do an activity for value or not. Then right of agent, right to receive remuneration. Right to receive remuneration. You have a right. Next is a right of lien. A right of lien, sir. So lien, what is lien? We are already studied about lien so many times. Lien is nothing but retain the possession. Retain. Principal, sir. Principal give a goods to the agent. Or a agent you can sell the goods to customers. He sell the goods to customers. Okay, sir. After that, whatever the money he received, that money given to the principal. Principal in return, he can pay the commission or he can pay the remuneration to the agent. Suppose principal cannot pay the remuneration, whatever the goods he held, he can withhold the goods or not? Yes. It's nothing but a right of lien, retain the goods. And a right to retain the money also. Right to retain the money. So he is not giving remuneration to me for the sales. Customer pays some amount to me or not without giving to the principal. I can hold that money. I can hold it. Yes, that is nothing but I can hold the right to retain the money. And also, sir, another right, a right to be indemnified. A right to be indemnified. So because of principle, you incurred any loss because of principle defective title. Because of principle, if you are incurred any loss, you have a right to recover from the principal also, right to be indemnified. Same duty also, sir. Because of you, any loss arises, you will repay. Because of principle, you are incurred any loss, you have a right to recover it. Okay, so you have a right to recover it. That is nothing but a right to be indemnified. You have a right to be indemnified. Clear, sir? Everyone is clear? These are all our rights of agent. Duties of agent and rights of agent. Simple, sir. Right to receive remuneration, right of lien, right to retain money, right to indemnify. These are the four rights related to an agent. What are the duties of agent? Duty to follow the directions of principal, duty not to maintain secret property. They can ask practical question on this point, sir. In this point and this point also. Duty not to maintain secret profits, duty to render true accounts. But based on these 2 points, they can ask practical questions also. Agent choose a nominee in the name he can purchase, and again he can sell to the agent 24 lakhs, and he can sell to the principal 26 lakhs. Later on, principal came to know that this is the fraud done by the agent. Then principal can recover the minus 6 lakhs, 26 minus 20, 6 lakhs amount from the agent or not? Yes. Why? Because his duty not to maintain secret profits, his duty to render true accounts. By violation of the duties, the principal has a right to recover the different 6 lakhs amount from the agent. Like that, they can ask practical question in the examination. It's nothing but rights and duties of agent. Clear? Next. Everyone is clear as the rights and duties of an agent? Okay, sir. Now. Okay, so now we will discuss about the concept rights and duties of agent is completed. Next, listen. What is the rights and duties of agent is completed. Listen next. Next. I can ask some questions. I can ask some questions. In that particular question, principal liable or agent liable, you should conclude it. Okay. So here I am there. I am looking for a rented house in Hyderabad. I'm very busy person. I'm not having the time to go to the particular places and verify. You can roaming on the particular streets, and I'm not having that much time for that. Then one fine day in the classroom, I announced in front of all my students, I have required a rented house in this particular locality, KPHP locality, Kukatpalli locality, like that. means enter means announce in the class. I have to communicate that information to all my students. And if anyone nearby that particular area, please search for a house for me. Like that, I can means I communicate the information to all my students. Communicate. Out of one student, Bharat is there. One of my student, Bharat. He is residing in Kukatpalli area. He is residing in Kukatpalli area, and he started the searching for houses in this entire Kukatpalli area. Then what happened? He find out one particular house. Find out a particular house. Put it what is there, and he can approach to the owner of the house. Then here Bharat is there. Bharat. Now on behalf of me, okay, so on behalf of me, now Bharat has entered into a contract with the owner. Bharat is entered into a contract with the owner. Madam or sir, house is required for rental basis. My sir, MNR sir, is a law lecturer, is a qualified company secretary, and he is wanted to stay here along with his family. Like that, he is entered into a contract. She agreed, he agreed, sir, and madam is agreed. Okay, sir. Then next day, after 1 week, there is a good day. No, as on that good day, I shifted that to the house to this particular house. Okay. What happened after completion of 1 week? 1 week, sir is not interested to shift the house to this particular house in which Bharat is entered into a contract with that particular owner. Sir is not interested to shift the house. Now, in this scenario, any consequences or arises, who is liable? Principal is liable or agent is liable? This is my question. Here he is entering into a contract with the rent with the owner. At the time he is entering into a contract, he is clearly mentioned who is principal, what is the details of the principal. I'm not be the person, the MNR sir is entering into a contract with you. On behalf of sir, I'm entering into a contract with you today. Like that, he is disclosing everything related to me and is entering into a contract. As on that date, MNR is failure to perform, then who is liable? Principal is liable or agent is liable. Okay, so who is liable? Principal is liable or agent is liable? Okay, sir. Next question. Next question. Listen carefully. First question completed. First question. Second, next question. Then owner, house owner, Bharat is there. So at the time he is entering a contract, nothing is disclosing towards principal. Nothing is disclosed towards principal. Just he is entering a contract with that particular owner. After 1 week, we will enter that particular house. So he is entering on behalf of me, sir, no doubt. He is entering a contract with the owner on behalf of me. But at the time he is entering into a contract, he is not disclosing my name. He is not disclosing about my relation also. I am be the agent of such person. Like he cannot disclose anything. He is entering a contract directly with the house owner. Yes, directly with the house owner. But on behalf of me, he is entering, no doubt. But he is not disclosing anything towards anything to the owner on related to me. 1 week completed, after 1 week, failure to I am not interested. Then in this scenario, for this breach, who is liable? Principal is liable or agent is liable. First scenario, agent is disclosing everything related to the principal. Then he is entering a contract, principal is failure to perform it. Second scenario, agent is entering a contract, but he is not disclosing anything towards the principal. Then principal breach the contract. Who is liable for this? In the second example, who is liable? Principal is liable or agent is liable? Tell me, sir, principal is liable or agent is liable? Okay. So the third example. Sir, house owner is there. House owner. And Bharat is there. So Bharat is entering a contract with the house owner. Madam or sir, I am be the agent of the person. I am be the agent. That's it. He is not disclosing who is principal, what is the name of the principal. He is not disclosing anything. Just he says, I am be the agent. Then he is enter into a contract. 1 week completed. Then principal is failure to perform. Then in this scenario, any liability, any loss, who is liable? Three cases we are discussed here. First case, he can disclose everything related to the principal and enter into a contract. Second case, it doesn't disclose anything to the principal and is enter into a contract. Third case is disclosing I am be the agent of person, but is not disclosing anything about that person. Now who is liable? In the third scenario, principal is liable or agent is liable. These are the three cases are there. In this three scenario, who is liable? So listen. So the first case is nothing but named principal. Named principal. Named principal. Second case is nothing but undisclosed principal. Undisclosed principal. It's undisclosed principal. Third case is nothing but disclosed principal. So named principal, sir, you can disclose everything related to the principal. He is my principal, sir, name MNR, like that, everything related. This is nothing but named principal. Undisclosed principal, second scenario, you cannot disclose the principal of agency, contract of agency also. Third situation, you are disclose the principal, but you are not named the principal. Like that, these are the three scenarios are there. During these three scenarios, how an agent is liable towards a third party. So in case of named principal, who is liable? Sir, in case of named principal, principal is liable. Principal is liable. So agent is not liable at all. Principal is liable towards the third party. In case of undisclosed principal, agent is liable towards third party. In case of disclosed principal, disclosure principle. Okay, so disclosure means just you are saying that I am the agent. I am not be the. You cannot give any details of the principal. So up to name of the principal, agent is liable. After naming the principal, principal is liable. These are the scenarios. The agent or principal liability towards the third parties. Named principal, unnamed principles, and undisclosed principle. The disclosure is also called as unnamed principle also. Unnamed principle. Named principle, unnamed principle. Sir, in case of unnamed principle, until up to disclosing the name. Okay, sir. Until up to disclosing the name, you are liable. Okay, sir. Once you can disclose the name, principal is liable. Like that, this is the liability of principal and agent towards third parties. Named principal, the principal is liable to every third party. Unnamed principal, up to the disclosure of name, agent is liable to the third party. Once name is disclosed, principal is liable to the third party. Undisclosed principal is not disclosing even contract of agency, then agent is liable to the third parties. This is nothing but liability of principal and agent towards third parties. Clear? Everyone is clear? Liabilities of principal and agent towards third party. Clear as everyone is clear? Okay, next slide. Some scenarios, agent is personally liable. Some scenarios, agent is personally liable. What are those scenarios agent is personally liable? What are those scenarios? Listen. What are the scenarios? Agent is personally liable. So listen. Undisclosed principle, just now we are discussed. So you are not disclosing contract of agency, you are not disclosing the principle. If any liability arises, agent only liable. If agent is personally liable, as an undisclosed principle, agent is personally liable. Next is it. So principle is the foreign principle. So principle is the foreign principle. At that point of situation also, agent is personally liable. Principle is not liable. So principal sir appointed you as an agent, but this principle is a foreign principle. Foreign people, Indian laws are not some applicability. In this scenario, the principle is a foreign principle. At that point of situation, agent is personally liable. Or principle is foreign sovereign. Foreign sovereign. Ambassadors, sir, foreign sovereign, foreign ambassador, diplomatic staff. No, diplomat is the people who are working in embassy area. You know the PK movie in that Sarfaraz Khan with the person in the Pakistan embassy. You know the Telugu movie Endukante Premanta. In that particular situation, Suman, okay, so heroine father is a foreign sovereign, is residing in that country, particular country in that embassy area to protect the people of India, Indian people rights in that particular country. Like that, the people who are with the foreign sovereigns, foreign ambassadors, diplomatic staff, the principal is such person, agent is personally liable. And also pretended agent. Pretended. So who is pretended agent? Sir, here principal appoint an agent, then agent communicated to all the people, I am be the agent of principal. Mukesh Ambani appoints me as his agent, then I can communicate it to all the people. I am the agent of Mukesh Ambani, like that I can communicate. Mukesh Ambani does not appoint me as an agent, then I can communicate to all the people. I am the agent of Mukesh Ambani. Possible? General, no, sir. Without appointing you as an agent, how you can communicate it to the all the people? You are the agent of one person. So then you should communicate, means you are communicating like that, you are called as pretended agent. आप बोलता है pretended agent बोलता है. If the principal appointed, then you can communicate, वो भी चलता. Then agent principal is liable for your acts. If you are not appointed, why you are telling to all the people I am the agent of such person? If you are communicating like that, you are called as pretended agent. Pretended agent also personally liable. Okay, everyone is clear? Everyone is clear or not? Okay, see? And also, so when agent exceed the authority, exceeds the authority, means you are appointed, you are a special agent. You are appointed for only one activity. You are a business agent, you can appoint for only some few. So what purpose you are appointed, you perform such activity, then that is nothing but within the authority you perform, then any liability arises, principal is liable. But you perform an activity beyond your authority, then whatever the acts done by agent, agent only personally liable, principal is not liable. Okay, sir. Like that, suppose agent pay the money to the any other party, agent receive or pay the money by fraud. By fraud, you are pay the money, by fraud, you are receiving money. You only liable for that. Like that, these are the scenarios, agent is personally liable. Undisclosed principal situation, fraudulent situation, principal is a foreign principal, principal is a foreign sovereign, pretended agent situation, or you are exceeding your power, your authority. These are all situation agent is personally liable. Okay, it's nothing but rights and duties of an agent when agent is personally liable. So last concept in the contract of agency is nothing but termination of agency. Termination of agency. So what is the termination of agency? What are the situations you can terminate the contract of agency? Yes, so what is the situations we can terminate the contract of agency? Okay, so what are the scenarios? So listen, by agreement, by mutual agreement. So by mutual agreement, you can cancel the contract of agency. Principal appoints an agent. Principal appoint an agent, sir. So in this scenario, both are decided, both together will they wanted to cancel the contract of agency. So there's nothing but mutual agreement. Principal and agents are mutually agreed. They can cancel the contract of agency. There is termination of agency. Yes, sir, by revocation. So by revocation, what is revocation? Revocation का मतलब क्या है sir? Revocation is nothing but taking back. Taking back. So principal appoint an agent. He can give some authority to agent. Principal is not interested. They wanted to take back the authority, revoke the authority. Then he can revoke the contract of agency. Yes. Clear, sir. Okay. But this rule is having one exception is there. What are those exceptions? Listen, sir. Listen carefully. Sir, here Ramesh and Suresh. Ramesh is there and Suresh is there. Ramesh borrow 1 lakh rupees from the Suresh. And then Ramesh is the debtor, Suresh is the creditor. That should be repayable after 1 year. That should be repayable after 1 year. So 1 year completed. 1 year complete होने के बाद Ramesh is liable to pay money to the Suresh or not? Yes, obviously yes. If not, Suresh can file a case against Ramesh. Ramesh said that, अरे मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है अभी I'm not having money. Then I have a land, no? I appointed you as my agent. Please sell my land to the any other person. You can sell to any other person. You can receive sale proceeds, no? Sale amount. Out of that, deducted your amount and remaining amount returned to me. Like that, Ramesh appointed Suresh as agent for sale of his land. Sale of land. Okay, sir. Then here, sir, in this scenario, Suresh is appointed for sale of land. Suresh can sell the land and he receive his money and remaining money given to the Ramesh. Here, because of this agency, because of this transaction of agency, Suresh is a benefited party or not? You appoint an agent, you sell the land, you receive your loan, your amount, debt amount also. Sir, here in this agency is called as agency coupled with interest. Agency coupled with interest. Sir, agency coupled with interest, sir. Here agent is appointed, but that agent is also having interest in that particular transaction. Once agent is appointed, that agent is having interest in that particular contract of agency. That is called as agency coupled with interest. Once you can appoint the agency coupled with interest, you are not having any right to revoke the contract of agency. In examination, this point is very important. Generally, sir, you appoint an agent, you have a right to take back the agency, no doubt at all. But if you are appointed agency coupled with interest, You are not interested, you wanted to take back, remove the contract of agency, that is not permissible. It's nothing but agency coupled with interest is not possible to revoke. Other than that, in any agency, you can revoke at any point of time, no doubt at all. But agency coupled with interest, you are not having any right to take back. Clear, sir? Everyone is clear? Everyone is clear, agency coupled with interest. And last termination of agency, sir, that is nothing but renouncing the business of agency. Business of agency. Okay, sir? Here. Renouncing means agency is closed. Agent can close as his business. Agent, sir, initially we wanted to close, renounce his entire business. Then at that point of situation also, contract of agency is terminated. Not only this, sir, some operation of law, death of agent agencies, operation of law is the last concept, that operation of law. In case of operation of law, how the contract of agency is terminated. What is operation of law, sir? In case of operation of law, there is nothing but death of agent, destruction of subject matter, principal become insolvent. Okay, sir, agent is insolvent, fixed period of agency period is expired. These are normal scenarios. Operation of law, contract of agency is terminated. This is the scenarios. There is nothing but contract of agency is terminated. Clear, sir? Everyone is clear? Rights and duties of agent, agent liability towards a third party. What are the situation? Agent is personally liable, and what is the termination of agency situation? Out of that agency coupled with interest, agency by ratification. What are the scenarios to each and everything?